Clark shattering another record without even being on the court. At an auction last night, an autographed Caitlin Clark rookie card sold for $660,000.
Caitlin Clark breaking records on the court, breaking records off the court. Record smash. Caitlin Clark hype is real. The effect is real. Dollars absolutely insane. Insane, unheard of.
That she has risen the entire league.
As if it were no big thing, Caitlin Clark recently shattered 2 records while injured, flexing nonchalantly from the sidelines. Indeed, the hoopla surrounding her is still generating revenue and disrupting the internet even if she isn't even playing. To be honest, the haters must be choking on their justifications at the moment.
Smash. Caitlin Clark's flawless logo woman one-of-one autograph has just set the record for the highest-selling WNBA card in history.
With no comeback date in sight, Caitlin Clark is currently sitting on the sidelines. She has missed her 3rd consecutive game due to a worsened groin ailment. However, Clark is out here rewriting record books even though she isn't even on the court.
WNBA Platinum Caitlin Clark rookie card with an autograph. Caitlin Clark, 769 points and counting.
She is no longer merely a player. She has evolved into the Indiana Fever's main power plant. Furthermore, the WNBA's own statistics are unmistakable. Everything suggests one thing, whether it's the outrageous amount of money floating around in collectibles, TV ratings, or ticket sales. The Fever can endure a few games of defeat. However, they will never be able to move on without Caitlin Clark.
One-of-one, it looks like. Sold for, you see that right, $660,000.
Because Caitlin Clark has accomplished something that no other WNBA player has ever done. The 2 priciest WNBA cards ever sold are now in her possession. She accomplished this without ever setting foot on the court. Recently, her perfect logo woman one autographed card sold for an incredible $660,000 on Fanatics Collect. The astounding record it broke was $366,000, and it also featured her name. In addition to shattering records, Clark is rewriting the whole collectibles market while recovering from a groin ailment.
He knew this would go viral. He gets the message out there at the same time.
Take a time to consider this. WNBA trading cards hardly made an impression on the sports collectibles market for decades. Before Caitlin Clark arrived, there was no significant excitement or astonishing sales figures. Because of the Clark effect, which has increased the value of the WNBA card market overall, she has now created a phenomena where even other stars, including A.A. Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, and Angel Reese, are witnessing an increase in the value of their cards. She has not only broken a record, but she has also established an entirely new market niche. There is more than just growth between her previous record of $366K and this new $660K sale. It's such a huge leap that her shadow is pulling up the other league collectibles.
$660,000. God damn. Over $500,000 for a Caitlin Clark autographed basketball card.
The crazy thing is that this surge occurred while she was hurt. Clark has a larger off-court business than ever before, but most players fade from the spotlight when they are unable to play. Since aggravating her groin, she has not taken a single shot. However, there has been no discernible decline in the demand for her cards, jerseys, and souvenirs. In women's basketball, this type of dominance off the court is unheard of. She is now the face of the whole WNBA in addition to being the face of the Indiana Fever.
This cruise past the previous record, also held by Clark, of $366,000. We didn't cruise past the record, $375,000. We didn't cruise past the record, $400,000. We didn't cruise past the record, $500,000. We obliterated.
These figures serve as the ultimate reality check for the so-called naysayers who are lounging on couches and dismissing Clark as mere hype. $660,000 cannot be disputed by any amount of social media discussion or opinion. The market is stating unequivocally that Caitlin Clark is not a hype star. She combines the functions of a brand, a source of income, and a cultural phenomenon. It's not hype when a single athlete transforms the value of an entire collectibles category, that's history.
And Caitlin Clark hype is real, the effect is real, and by the looks of things, by ratings, collectibles, cards, it is not going away anytime soon.
Furthermore, nothing will help the Indiana Fever recognize their strengths if this doesn't. The franchise should be terrified by a recent fan survey. According to this survey, 77% of Fever supporters firmly stated that if Clark left, they would no longer cheer for the team. If they mess up her career or push her away, that's more than 3/4 of their base. Gone in an instant. The maths is straightforward but brutal. Every game has about 17,000 spectators when Clark is present. The number would fall to roughly 3,910 fans without her, which is almost the same as their pre-Clark figures, which were close to 4,000. That is to say, without Clark, the Fever would be back where it began, eking out an existence with empty seats and no buzz.
The only thing stopping Caitlin Clark from continuing to achieving, from continuing to blowing these things out of their numbers, might be the Indiana Fever and Stephanie White.
This has a huge financial impact. We're discussing sponsorships, TV deals, ticket sales, and merchandise, all of which depend on one player. The funding source for the Fever plummets if Clark walks or is mismanaged. For this reason, the host of the Black and White Sports podcast was direct. Before they release Caitlin Clark, the Fever will fire everyone. They have no other option. She is more than just their star, thus they just cannot afford to lose her. At the moment, she is their whole business strategy.
As the Indiana Fever secured a much-needed 80-70 win over Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces. Clark still nursing a re-aggravated groin injury which previously cost her 5 games on the sideline in June and July.
Examine the events taking place off the court. The value of Clark's collectibles has never been higher. TV networks are snagging whatever game she's involved in, and her jersey sales are still booming. Despite her injury, she is influencing headlines, stories, and discussions in the sports industry. The survey is more than just a warning shot because of this. It is a siren in full force. The front office of the Fever should be in a panic, working nonstop to ensure she's content, healthy, and the face of their future if 77% of fans are saying we quit if she leaves.
This is after the flawless Logo Woman 101 was purchased via Fanatics Collect for a mind-blowing $660,000.
Even more amazing is how Clark's ascent is uplifting the league as a whole. She has achieved more than simply a personal triumph with her domination in the card business. It is pushing WNBA collectibles into new areas. A WNBA rookie card selling for 6 figures, much alone more than $500,000, was unheard of prior to Clark. We are now discussing $660K sales and estimates that the following card may reach $750K or possibly $1 million because of her. It's more than just market expansion. That is a completely new economy centered on a single player.
Talk about a pioneer.
Additionally, the revenue generator hasn't stopped even when her encore minutes are paused. Every arena, every merchandise queue, and every collectible auction feels Clark's influence. Few athletes, male or female, are able to exert this much influence, but Caitlin Clark is doing it with ease. She is the source of all significant metrics, including viewership, sales, attendance, and now trading cards. What a trailblazer. There is still no estimated time of return for Caitlin Clark, whose groin injury has taken yet another exasperating turn. She was already missed for 5 games earlier this season due to a groin injury, and this is her 3rd consecutive DNP. This type of setback typically sends a team's momentum into overdrive.
Did anybody ever care about WNBA basketball cards until Caitlin Clark? Seriously. Did anybody care about WNBA basketball cards until Caitlin Clark? Did anybody care about an Asia card, a Nafisa card, a Sabrina card, an anybody else card?
However, when Clark was sitting out, the Indiana Fever shocked everyone by defeating the Las Vegas Aces 80-70. It's no little accomplishment. One of the WNBA's most formidable teams is the Aces. This is a triumph that makes a statement, but there's a catch. Even when Clark isn't playing, her presence is so noticeable that she is constantly discussed in the media, by fans, and
as
by the
Caitlin
market.
Clark's price is raised, everybody else's prices are raising as well. The Asia cards are growing. The Sabrina cards are growing. The Angel Reese cards are increasing in price. Caitlin Clark has started a new market.
The Fever's victory hasn't changed the storyline in the slightest, which is amazing. The plot still revolves around Clark. The fact that she wasn't even playing was the main focus, even as the Fever celebrated their win. It seems as though the discussion regarding Clark's worth took precedence than the game itself. The market didn't hold off till she got back. Despite being disabled, her autographed logo woman card continued to fetch $660,000. Future Fever games are still in hot demand for tickets. The Caitlin Clark influence continues even when she isn't on the court directly. It speeds up, if anything. The analysts and podcasters are plainly criticizing it. The league leadership, head coach Stephanie White, and the Indiana Fever management staff still don't understand. According to one presenter, Clark is being treated like just another rookie going through the motions by the team's management. Fans, sponsors, and the market all recognize that she is a once-in-a-generation asset. Even if her injuries limited her playing time, her impact is just increasing. She is still the Fever's anchor, even after their recent victory over the Aces.
It's absolutely unreal. As indicated in the post, Clark nearly doubled the previous record for the most expensive card in history. It was also the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year, who held the previous mark with her 2024 Panini Prism signatures.
This is a paradoxical situation. When they are injured, most players suffer a decline in their stock. Less buzz, less highlights, and less exposure. For Clark, it's the other way around. Her brand keeps expanding while she heals. Every conversation about the WNBA revolves around her influence, and her memorabilia are soaring. The victory over the Aces demonstrated that the Fever can occasionally win without her, but it also demonstrated how little support they receive when she isn't playing. Although the buzz is still present, it is primarily related to her name rather than the box office result. The Fever are rushing to repair the roster and cover the void left by Clark's disappearance in the midst of all of this. Chloe Beebe, a 6'2" Australian forward, was signed to a 7-day contract as their most recent addition. This is not a difficult situation. It's a test run. They may offer her a lengthier contract or bring her back for another short-term one if she shows herself. Beebe has a brief, but encouraging background. During her tenure with the Golden State Valkyries earlier this season, she averaged 6.4 points, 2.8 rebounds, shot 40% from the field, and an incredible 42% from beyond the arc. She is 27 years old and has only participated in 5 WNBA games. She scored 12 points against the Fever in her very first WNBA game. They are looking for her to deliver just that kind of shooting spark.
Now,